could feel my back starting to bleed a little bit. One of my favorite joints, Dave, is the close grip lat pull down. All right, well, we're gonna have a pulley like so. All right, we're gonna sit down at the cables, back straight up. I'm just gonna pull all the way down past my chest, past the top of my chest. I could feel those lats squeezing back there, and I'm gonna let my lats rake up. I'm gonna let it rake up, like you said. Control the negative. I'm gonna control the negative. So I come down, I hold, and I rake my lats up. It's one of my favorite back exercises. Couldn't leave today without getting this one in.
That's what's up.
And Dave, you said you have one for us.
All right, then the same motion, but like pull-ups, because I struggle with pull-ups, and I'm gonna keep doing that. So same, pretty much bar setup, and I'm just gonna pull up, control that motion. So I'm pretty much getting the same contraction as you.
Nice.
It's just that I'm using my body weight. That's all.
Yeah, awesome.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So,
I'll let you get the first set. You get the first set. All right. So one thing has been all over the news. Of course, wanted to talk about it is AB, Antonio Brown. So plastered all over every television and every iPhone screen is Antonio Brown taking off his jersey, taking off his shirt, throwing Dusan up to the crowd, and just walking off the field. I know you saw this. And what a lot of the headlines say is that like he basically Antonio Brown is at it again, or here he goes with some more shenanigans, or this fuckface Antonio Brown, and it's like people made a judgment about what was going on before they even knew what was going on. That off the rip, anything, and I'm biased, man. I'll be honest with you, I'm biased when it comes to organized sports, especially the NFL. I'm super biased. So as soon as I saw it, the first thing I wanted to know is what happened. What made Antonio Brown just walk off the field? Because they were trying to say it was mental health. They're trying to say that he had CTE. He just nutted up and went crazy. That is very likely. It's very likely that he has CTE. But I wanted to know what sparked it. What have you heard about this, Dave? What have you heard about it?
So, I'm gonna answer this real quick with a rhetorical, right? And you know me, man. I always try to dig to a couple layers down. But are we not entertained with just football by itself? You know what I mean? As Americans, are we not just entertained by football, just the sport? We have to deep dive into these guys' personal life. Now, granted, he did make it theatric, right? He could have just walked off the field. Whatever occurred, he could have just walked off the field and just left it alone. I mean, it probably would have still been a story because he left the field and come back, But he had to glam it up. He put his spin on it, his AB spin on it, right? But that's all goes into like, the American culture of celebrity worship, man. You got news, like sports news on televisions constantly. You have like a plethora of sports broadcasting companies, and all they do is play sports all day. So is it not enough to just cover sports? We have to cover their personal life. Not for what so that's the part that annoys me a little bit about our culture, is that celebrity worship, man. It's just like, we give these guys way too much credit. It's not, football's not life, right? Football, right? You know what I'm saying? It's something that entertains us, man. And also, but look, we can go back to the question that you asked, okay? Because I can go on a tangent on that. But what I heard is that he was given an ultimatum, and he basically called their bluff. Right? He called it bluff and said, you know what, man, if that's the way it's gonna be, I'm out. Right. And but he did it, like I said, in this theatric form, and basically, it kind of sparked controversy. It sparked the news coverage, of course. I mean, me personally, I would have handled that way. I probably would have just left it is what it is, a business decision, made a business decision and kept it pushing. Because for what I understand, he came out of retirement or something to that degree, right?
That's what I understand too. He came out of retirement when Brady went to the Bucs.
So he doesn't need this. You know what I mean? So them giving him pressure as far as playing. I don't know from what I'm hearing, he was injured or something to that degree, or And they basically did him an ultimatum like, "Yo, get on the field now, or you're no longer a Buck," or some craziness like that. And he basically, like I said, called it bluff. And that's all I really heard about it. But again, I guess I want to deeper dive. Go a little further into that as far as like us as American culture and why the hell this matters. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was trying to, maybe
highlight
his
that.
theatrics. Well, yeah, exactly. Maybe his theatrics were trying to highlight a bigger problem within the organization and football. And maybe it's all orchestrated, right? Maybe it's premeditated. Who knows, right? But again, man,
Right.
I think I'm content with the sport itself. I don't really need to know them as people, okay? Because what do they do with this shit? What do they do with the proceeds? What do they do for us? You know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done. You understand what I'm saying? So like, I'm just content with the sport itself and leave the rest of the bullshit alone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just me. That's just me, man.
And see me, I'm not even content with the sport itself. Maybe okay, that might be wrong. I'm wrong in saying that. I love football. I love it as a sport. I'm not happy with the league. I'm not happy with the NFL. So, and that's the only way you can watch football, American football. It's the only way you can really enjoy it unless you're gonna get out there and play on the playground, or go watch your kids play. And I would probably be a fool to let my son play football. But I'm just not happy with the NFL, man. I'm not happy with their handling of black people, or the Colin Kaepernick shit, or Marshawn Lynch, or Cam Newton, or I'm just not happy with the coverage, and I'm not happy how these owners, turn a blind eye to race issues and expect their players to just perform. And regardless of all of the backlash or some of the backlash that I've received in saying this, or that we were, from even our podcast about the NFL Combine seeming like this auction block, there are people who had problems with that. And regardless of what you say or what you think, you're entitled to that opinion, and we appreciate you watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. But I still feel like the NFL is like a modern day plantation, with some white slave owners who are getting fat and big black men who are just pushing the load, and it pisses me off, and so from what I understand, Antonio Brown was already injured and was on the sideline, and he had a hurt ankle, and they told him to get in the game, and I think he had already played that day. I can't remember, but whatever it was, he didn't feel 100. He knew that his ankle wasn't ready. Whether or not that's true or not, whether he just didn't want to play or he was hungover or whatever the fuck, maybe he felt himself being crazy from CT. Whatever it was, he had a pre-existing condition. They knew about it. He told them that his pre-existing condition was the matter. And they were like, bullshit. No, it's not. Get out there and play. The doctor said that you could play, so you're going to play. And if you don't play, you're fired.
Right.
And shout out to AB for sticking his chest out. Shout out to AB for taking his jersey off and letting everybody know what is going on. Regardless if they thought he was going to be crazy or not. And then for all the people, I would say because I see a lot of people judging this brother, a lot of black men judging this brother, because those black men, I guess, are living vicariously through AB. They wish, right? That's their life. That's
American culture, celebrity worship. That's
the culmination of their life each week. At least I may have a shitty job, or I may be out of shape, but at least AB scored a touchdown, right? But I just want to know how seriously I support this shit. Shout out to AB for that shit, man. But regardless of all the people who have something negative to say about what he did, hey man, I bet at your job you felt like quitting sometimes. I bet you wish you had the money to walk away from a white man telling you had to perform or you had to do something. And you're gonna sit here and judge this man because he does.
Or else, right? Or hit you with the or else. I'm gonna tell you something though, man. To all be worthwhile. If we take these lessons, just exactly what you said, the treatment of us, right? If we take these lessons and we start to do something real, like establishing a league of our own, man. If we took our talents, right? Well, we're what 70-80% of the league of basketball, football, whatever. And we said like follow IQ footsteps and create a league of his own, right? He took some old school basketball players, man. It's an entertaining league in a sense as well. And he took old school players, or retired players, and he made an entertaining a sub I guess sub segment of the NBA, right? And it's awesome, right? I
Right.
mean, could you imagine if we were to take these lessons and actually say, you know what, we're done, we're
Right.
done. Let's come
We're
together and
done.
actually do something and look out for ourselves, look out for each
Right.
other, because
Right.
we make this. Like if we
Right.
left, if we all left, what would happen?
What would
But
happen?
again, I don't
Right.
I don't think. See, and the thing is, man, these are highly, highly paid individuals, and a
Yeah.
lot of us don't want to lose that lifestyle. Remember when we talked about a while back about having something to lose?
Yes, sir.
We talked about how strong we were in the '60s and the '70s, or '70s now, but in the '60s,
Yeah.
and because we had nothing, and then they started to
Right.
give us things to lose, so we started
Right.
to, right. So my thing is this: it's like these guys are highly paid. And if they were to, bring together, man, like, I'm inspired by Nas' new album, Magic, right? Talking about why we plotting on each other, why don't we plot on millions? Why don't we adjust each other's
Yeah.
terms? If we were to take all of that money and then created something real for ourselves.
Right.
I mean, so
Exactly.
honestly, man, we got to utilize that talent that we're given. Okay, yeah, we have sports and entertainment. I know Derek didn't like that comment, but it's real, right? That's what
Right.
if we own that, why don't we follow suit like the Jews do and create our own?
Great. Yeah. It
You
only
know what I'm
makes
saying?
sense.
Right?
It's like
So
it's
I
like
know
black hair care.
it's
It's like black hair care, right? Black hair care. Women, black women have the prettiest hair ever. And there is I could go all day on that. But long story short, Asians own black hair care products, like 90% or some crazy shit. We should own the products that we put in our hair. If we are the athletes, we should own, and that's part of my problem
Who else
with
uses
the
it?
league.
Who else uses it? Who
Yeah.
else uses it?
That's part of my problem with the NFL. It's like, who's a black owner? Where are the black owners in the NFL? You feel me?
Yeah, man.
There's something wrong. Hey, man.
So yeah, we can go in. We can go in. I would love to.
We can go in.
I would love to. But again, you put me onto something real too, though. When we briefly talked about this earlier, shout out to Adrian Peterson as well, right?
Yeah.
From what I understand, he kind of wrote him a tweet or something crazy like that, right?
Yeah.
Saying something to the effect of, hey man, shout outs to you, kind of like what you're doing, congratulating them. Hey man, this ain't, these guys believe that football is life. You know what I mean? At least it's life for them, but it ain't for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We play football.
Right.
We play football.
We play football.
Yo, you ever analyze that, sir? You ever sat down and thought about that? Like when you go to your job, you go and work, but these cats, play football. But again, what they do prior to football, the workouts, the training, the discipline, that's work.
All that work. That's work.
That's the work. And then they go and play football, and that's what we all see. And
that's
so, like,
you know
what I'm saying? So again, he's like, yo, you guys are, we're playing a sport. These guys believe it is life. It's not life. You know what I'm saying? This is not life for us. So, shout outs to him for that, man, and supporting.
I love to see that support, man. I love to see that support. Like, I love to see people, like, you hate on them all you want, but I love to see people like LeBron James, who are, unblemished pretty much, like no personal scandals, no craziness, he ain't slapping his wife around or slapping reporters. He's a gentleman, a beast. He's a gentleman. He's a upstanding human being, a beast at his profession, and insanely rich. And he can call bullshit, and he can support what he wants to support. So people can say whatever they want about some of these athletes, but I feel like they're waking up. It may be that Sean Harris shit that he's talking about, that 400 years shit. People, they're waking up. And if or when,
and becoming real shot callers, shot callers.
When these A-list athletes and entertainers, when they start to own, it's gonna be a whole different generation, man. A whole different generation, bro. Hey, I feel good, man. What about you?
Hey, man, this. We talked a little earlier about feeling bad, for kind of cheating on your workout or cheating on your nutrition regimen, man. But just getting back in today alone, It's just kind of revitalized me, and I feel 100% better. So this is awesome, and I hope you guys do too at home. You understand? Just keep liking, keep subscribing. Keep supporting. Comment, man. Comment. Let us know how you feel. Let us know how you guys feel, man. Let us know you're supporting, man. We need that, man. We're human beings too, right? You know what I mean? Facts. So like, let us know, where we can get better. Let us know what we're how we're influencing you. And man, let's keep it pushing. Let's support.
Hell yeah, man. We love all the support, man. Yo, you've been in PE with Dave and Jay, where we build while we build. Yeah,
I know.
I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing that's under 100. I don't want nothing.